Doctors explain how anger damages your heart, brain, and life. The flame inside. Anger, that burning emotion every human knows too well. It begins as a flicker deep in the chest when we feel wronged, disrespected, or trapped. The pulse quickens, breathing deepens, heat floods the face. You can feel it, the body preparing for battle. But here's the truth. Anger is not evil. It's energy, raw, ancient, and powerful. It's a biological weapon designed to protect you. Yet when that weapon misfires, it turns inward, injuring the very body it was meant to defend. Anger is not just a feeling. It is a full-body event, a biochemical storm that changes the brain, the heart, and the hormones. The evolutionary code of rage. To understand anger, we must go back thousands of years, to our ancestors. Imagine a prehistoric human hunting in the wild. When threatened by a predator or rival, the brain had one choice: survive. The amygdala, the brain's emotional radar, detected danger and shouted to the rest of the body, prepare to fight or flee. The hypothalamus relayed the message to the adrenal glands, releasing adrenaline and cortisol. Heart rate surged, blood rushed to the muscles, and focus sharpened. This was the fight or flight response, nature's survival alarm. But now, in our modern world, the predators have changed. The threats are no longer lions, they are insults, deadlines, and disappointments. Yet our bodies still react as if we're under attack. Every argument, every traffic jam, every phone call that triggers anger reactivates the same ancient wiring. We are ancient warriors living in modern stress. What happens inside the body? When anger strikes, a cascade of physiological changes begins instantly. Your amygdala fires. Your sympathetic nervous system lights up. Your heart rate can double within seconds. Blood pressure rises. Glucose floods your bloodstream for emergency energy. Your pupils dilate to sharpen vision. Your digestive system shuts down. The body has no time for food when it's ready for combat. The liver releases extra sugar. The lungs draw faster breaths to fuel the muscles. And the immune system temporarily spikes, preparing to heal possible wounds. In small doses, this is healthy and adaptive. But when anger becomes chronic, the same hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline, become poison. When anger turns against you. Science is clear. Chronic anger can be deadly. Long-term exposure to stress hormones stiffens blood vessels, increases cholesterol, and raises the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Frequent outbursts of rage are linked to hypertension, diabetes, and even weakened immunity. In one study, people who suppressed anger had higher levels of inflammatory markers. In another, those who exploded frequently were more prone to heart disease. The gut-brain connection also suffers. Digestion slows, acidity rises, and ulcers may form. The brain itself changes too. Repeated anger strengthens the amygdala's response. It becomes hyper-alert, overreactive. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, your center for logic, empathy, and restraint, weakens over time. This means every new trigger becomes harder to control. In short, the more you get angry, the easier it becomes to get angry again. Anger rewires the brain. The emotional fallout. Beyond biology lies the psychological cost. Anger isolates. It ruins relationships, destroys trust, and leaves regret in its wake. People who live with chronic anger report higher rates of depression, anxiety, and loneliness. Inside, their nervous system is constantly in red alert mode, a body stuck in survival gear. And often, anger hides deeper pain, fear, grief, shame, or loss of control. Many people are not truly angry, they are hurting. Anger becomes a mask that says, "I'm strong," when in truth they feel powerless. The turning point, understanding the signal. The key to mastering anger is not suppression, it is understanding. Anger is a signal, not a sin. It tells us something is wrong. A boundary has been crossed, a value ignored, or a fear awakened. When you listen to what your anger is trying to say, it transforms from a weapon into a teacher. The first step to control is awareness. Notice your body's first whispers. clenched fists, tight shoulders, or fast breathing. Name what you feel. I'm angry. That simple act engages the prefrontal cortex and reduces the amygdala's power. The science of calming down. In the heat of anger, the body is flooded with adrenaline for about 90 seconds. If you can pause just 90 seconds, the wave begins to pass. Take slow, deep breaths. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Deep breathing activates the vagus nerve, the body's natural brake system, which slows the heart and restores calm. Move your body. Exercise burns off excess stress hormones. A 20-minute walk can lower cortisol and boost serotonin, the calm chemical. Hydrate. Anger dehydrates the body through stress sweating and increased heart rate. Drink water slowly. It signals safety to the nervous system. And write. Journaling your triggers helps you understand what provokes you most. Once you see the pattern, you can break it. Long-term healing. True anger management is not about counting to 10. It's about rewiring the nervous system. Meditation strengthens the prefrontal cortex and shrinks the amygdala over time, proven by MRI studies. Regular exercise improves mood stability. Adequate sleep lowers irritability. And balanced nutrition, rich in omega-3s, magnesium, and B vitamins, stabilize the stress response. Therapy, especially cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, teaches you to challenge angry thoughts before they explode. And forgiveness, one of the hardest yet most healing actions, frees you from the emotional weight that keeps the nervous system on guard. Forgiveness doesn't mean approval, it means release. The power of choice. In every moment of anger lies a choice. You cannot always control the trigger, but you can control the response. The mind and body are in constant conversation. When one calms, the other follows. Each breath, each pause, each act of restraint is a message to your body, I am safe. With practice, the same biological energy that once fueled rage can be redirected into purpose, motivation, and courage. The peace within. Anger is not the enemy, ignorance is. When you understand the biology behind emotion, you realize you are not weak for feeling angry. You are human. But to stay angry is to live in constant war with your own body. Peace begins when awareness meets science, when emotion meets understanding. So, the next time your chest tightens and your fists clench, remember, that's not weakness. It's the body's alarm saying, I want to be safe. Answer it not with rage, but with reason. Not with fire, but with breath. And as you calm yourself, your heart, your mind, and your hormones will begin to heal. Closing message and call to action. If you learned something new about anger and the body today, share this knowledge. Someone you know might be fighting the same unseen battle. On Meds Insights, we merge medicine with humanity, helping you understand not just your body, but your emotions. Remember, healing begins with knowledge, peace begins with awareness, and control begins with compassion. This is Meds Insights, where science meets self-awareness. Subscribe, stay curious, and take care of both your mind and your body.